In this video, I'm going to show you a simple 6-step process you can use to properly run a webinar funnel for your business credit or your funding business. See, a lot of people, we've heard of webinar funnels. A lot of people are running it nowadays, which is fine. They're still very profitable. But if you're not running it the correct way, and especially if you're paying for ads straight off the bat to, promote whatever free masterclass, free webinar you have, you're just going to be burning through money, especially if you haven't tested it out first. And that's exactly what most people do. They're paying for ads. They haven't had a way to test out whatever coaching product, whatever high ticket mastermind that they're really selling at the end of the webinar. They don't have a way to actually test that out with their previous audience to see if their audience would even mess with it. And that's the process I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you a process how to test out your offer without paying with any ads, without having to kill your top line. So what this is, again, simple 6-step process. Again, a lot of us have heard of webinars. Message me, DM me credit, and I'll send over the free mastermind. And then it sends them to an email opt-in page, and then probably an upsell. And then the webinar, they're going to upsell them to some high ticket. Boom, this is fine. I'm going to give you maybe a new strategy. If you've seen this before, great. If you haven't, even better. So what you're going to do in this strategy, again, this is all testing out beforehand. This is not, if you already have a proven product, you may not need this, but this is still something that you can use if you want to test another coaching product that you have, or just another product in general. This doesn't have to be anything high ticket, but this definitely works with high ticket. So first, you have your cold traffic. I probably should rename that to warm traffic because, again, this is testing. You're not going to be doing any paid ads straight off the bat, or I would recommend not to. This is going to be your audience, your previous audience, and a lot of you guys are doing it correct. DM me credit. I'll send over the details. You're gauging interest. You're qualifying leads, which is fine, which is great. So you're going to have that traffic go to a webinar sign up / email opt-in. Just to give an example, again, I'm sure most of you guys in the credit business funding space know who Smitty the Goat is. Right now, he's running his 31st birthday masterclass, and I'm actually not going to register for this because I don't want to get emailed. But this is just an example of a landing page, an email opt-in page that you could create. You have your headline, some stuff that he's going to teach you. I think it's a testimonial. Okay, computer's acting a little bit slow. Just some more stuff. And if you click on this button, it's going to be a email opt-in form giving you your name, number, and email address. Boom. So of course you enter your name, email address, and phone number, and then he's going to send you follow-up campaigns. So this is where a lot of people actually mess up on. They do the webinar sign up. They don't send any follow-up. I see this time and time again from business credit coaches, funding coaches. I've signed up for their stuff to see how they're running their funnel. Barely anybody warms up the lead. So again, this is for testing. I'm going to give you a simple framework that you can use to warm up the lead. So when they actually get to the sales webinar, they're actually ready to convert. There's a higher chance that they're going to convert into a sale, and you're going to gauge interest. And that's probably the most important part about this process. You don't want to just go to market with a product not knowing if people are going to buy. This is a way to know if people are going to buy, or people are interested in the messaging, or people interested in the product. So boom, let me give you this 2-week lead time. Again, this is for testing a product to see if it's going to resonate, to see if you want to give it to market. So 2-week lead time. Over the course of 2 weeks, you're going to be emailing these guys or SMS follow up, whatever. I would suggest email with this. So your first email is going to be 2 weeks before. You're going to, mostly this one right here, this 2 weeks before, is what I like to call an ask campaign or a hands up campaign. You're going to basically send them an email with a question. Hey, what's your guys' biggest problem right now? You're going to get some responses. And that's just a way, okay, this is what they're interested in. This is the problems they're having. And with that information, you can tailor the rest of this messaging the rest of these emails or SMS follow-ups to their needs, right? Because people, again, only buy what they want, not necessarily what they need. So um, in email two, you're going to show them how to benefit. Um, you're going to just be going over the webinar, how they're going to benefit from it. Email three, if you have some free training, if you have a YouTube video, you can send some YouTube videos. Again, these are warming up. All these things are tailored around what your webinar is going to focus on. So let's say, for instance, your webinar is how to get $250,000 in funding in the next 60 days guaranteed, something like that. That's your offer. All these things are going to be around that. How to take off negative items on your credit report, something simple like that. New free training, how I unlocked 100K in funding, only spending $1,000. And they're going to give free training next week. This again, just reminding them, more reminders. Um, and then boom, we're going to give a free training tomorrow, this day before, last chance to register. That's going to be the same day. They're going to give a We Are Live follow up. Again, crucial. People, most business credit funding coaches are just not doing this. They're not warming up their leads. So they go to a webinar sign up, they go to an email opt in, and they just blast straight to the webinar, and then they wonder why they have a 0% conversion rate, because you didn't test this out. You didn't ask your audience what they want to buy, right? So now after that, you gauge interest, you want to lead. Let's say, people are really interested, engaged, or applying to your emails, boom, boom, boom. Now you're going to go to the sales webinar. You're going to give them the link, you're going to give them the email. Hey, we're live in 5 minutes. Boom, straight to the webinar. On this webinar is going to do two things. It's going to educate. This is what we're going to do: three things. Educate, position you as an authority, and sell. Educate, you're going to give them value, how to do this, how to take off disclosures, how to get rid of late payment markers on your credit report, how to improve your credit score to a 750 to an 800. That's what you're going to do. You're going to give them value. You're not going to give them the how. You're going to give them the what they need to do. You're going to sell the how they need to do it. We're going to give them the what. Number two, you're going to position yourself as an authority. So with this, you're going to give testimonials, you're going to give case studies, you're going to sound intellectual, you're going to sound smart. People look at you as an authority. Okay, this dude has helped hundreds of entrepreneurs who are just like me, get funding for their business and scale and start the business of their dreams. Start the business of their dreams. That's how you're going to position yourself as. And then number three, you're going to sell. So with this, most sales webinars, especially in the business credit and the funding space, are not going to convert that well. Don't come into this thinking you're going to get some crazy 6% conversion rate, even with warming up the lead. You're going to get a higher conversion rate if you didn't, but don't think you're just going to magically get a, 5-6% conversion rate on your webinar. That's just not how these works. The main point of the webinar is to gauge interest. Same with the warm up spot or the warm up process. If you gauge interest with your 2 weeks of emails following up these dudes, and then you get to the webinar and nobody shows up, that's how you know the messaging, just something didn't hit about the messaging. So you go back, you change the messaging, you change your offer. You don't even have to change the product. That's a lot of people do. They say, okay, no one showed up to my webinar, I'm just gonna do a whole nother product. More times than not, it's the message around the product that they just didn't connect with. Because if their core desire, let's say their core desire is financial freedom, if their core desire and the core benefit of whatever you're selling match up, you're going to have product market fit, and you're going to have a lot of people show up. So um, that's what the sales webinar is for. So we're gauging interest. If you have a lot of people show up, boom, this is perfect. So this is not really for selling. At the end, of course, the last few slides, you're going to give a call to action. You're going to sell your product, whatever you have, $10,000 high ticket inner circle coaching product, or you can test this with literally any product. A simple 247 kind of mid ticket thing, low ticket thing. Now, either two things are going to happen on this webinar. If they buy, which again, expect around a 2 to 3% conversion rate on these. If they buy, they're gonna get sent to your regular. I cannot talk right now. They're going to get sent back to your regular email list. And they're going to be sending them, segment campaigns. If you have more products, upsell campaigns. I'm not going to get into that today. Um, this is just going to keep this the webinar funnel. If they reject, which more than likely people are, you're going to send them a follow up sequence, and this is where the money's made. You're gauging interest with the webinar, but you're selling with a follow up sequence. And I'm going to give you a 3-day follow up sequence that you can use, you can implement in your webinar funnel today to actually see increased sales. Give you this right here. Boom. This is a 3-day follow up that you can use. This is the same ones that I run for my clients. Um, this does wonders. So for day one, you're going to give them the replay. You're going to remind them, hey, glad you showed up to the webinar. I know it's like you didn't buy. It's no problem. I just want to give you a free gift, a free webinar, or a free replay of the webinar to just show my appreciation, position it as a gift, give them the replay free. And actually, the replay is going to sell because remember, at the end of the webinar, you started selling. So on day one, you're just going to send them one email. On day two, you're going to give them two. You're going to give them a replay again just in case they haven't clicked on it. And then you're going to send them another email trying to close the sale. You're going to handle objections. Hey, a lot of people have been asking me about the program that I talked about in the webinar. Um, here's the link just in case you lost it, something like that. You're just going to close the sale. Keep it on this one. You kind of want to keep it a softer call to action. You don't want to be really, really hard selling, but that's what day three is for. Day three, you're literally going to send 3 emails. Don't get afraid. People are going to unsubscribe. They're not. They already opted into your webinar. They're already nurtured. They know that you're good. They know, like, and trust you, especially if they already showed up to the webinar. So the chances of them unsubscribing are going to diminish very, very much, right? So they're not going to unsubscribe. Day three is all about closing the sale. This is hard selling. You're going to give urgency. Hey, this high ticket, $10,000 high ticket, I'm only going to be offering it for the next 30 minutes. We're getting booked up. Hey, again, I just want to let you know, if you're really tired of living with debt and not having the business of your dreams, click here. Just urgency, scarcity. You're going to give testimonials. Hey, just want to let you know, Billy Bob, he joined the course literally 30 days ago, and 30 days later, he has 150K in funding, and he started the business of his dreams. But yeah, I hope y'all found this video useful. This is again a simple 6-step framework. This has more complexities as you can go into it. Like what I said earlier, upsell sequences, remarketing, and then of course, if this works, again, this is only for testing a product or a high ticket coaching offer. If you want to, let's say this does work. Let's say you make a line in the sand. If we go over this, I'm going to automate it. I'm going to make this an evergreen webinar. That's what I think Smitty the Goat is using. I'm 99% sure. You're going to automate this webinar. Let's say this goes crazy. You're getting a lot of sales, a lot of follow up, um, sales. I don't know what's happening with my computer right now. A lot of follow up sales, and you can automate this. You can put this in uh, whatever the automation tool of your choice is. I like Go High Level. It can do a lot of this stuff easy. Not an affiliate, by the way, but you can automate this, send this out, and if you automate this will literally be an asset for your business. You're going to be literally like clockwork. You're going to be getting sales each and every time this gets ran. And then with that, then you can start sending cold traffic to that page. Then you can start paying for ads because this is going to predictably get sales for your business. So hopefully you found this useful. It's my first video, so I was definitely stuttering a little bit. Let me know in the comments if y'all enjoyed it, if y'all found it useful. Hopefully y'all use this on your businesses and make some money for y'all. So yeah, peace out.